Prior to the Greeks, there is no prototype in Europe of a woman being exalted. Well, again, they didn't have a prototype. Let me just say this here. Let me back up. Grimaldi woman, the big, like, that's an African. And so you have to understand that African mama was even the head of the pantheon in Europe. So now, when you got this new religion coming in, you're copying directly from ancient Kemet. So you have Mary. So that's why in the book, as they're writing the book, Jesus' mother has to be Mary. Okay. Aset her name is Marie, the beloved one. I don't know if people know that. Isis is the Greek name, but Aset is Marie, the beloved one. And so Jesus' mother became Mary, the beloved one. That's where the word Mary comes from, the beloved one, from Medu Neter. It's Aset and Haru. They just took a model that was already in existence. So they had to show. So, I mean, even today, the Pope in Poland and all them, they worship the Black Madonna. All the miracles was associated with the Black Aset. So that's the Black Madonna. So it was the Black Madonna, and then later it converted to white. But in fact, the white people at first wouldn't even go to the white Madonna. All the miracles and everything, everybody wanted the Black Madonna. That's where the power, the miracles were, the kissing of the feet. The Pope goes and kisses the Black Madonna's feet. Okay, so that's just a continuation. Everything Jesus did, 16 other people did following Haru. And so the Black Madonna is just an imitation of ancient Kemet, of Haru and Aset. There's a book they need to read called The 16 Crucified Saviors Before Christ. And it shows 16 people who followed this model of Haru, Mary, the Son of Sun, and the resurrection, the rebirth, dying and rising on the third day, creating miracles, teaching on at the age of 33. You know, all of this was written from Kemet. And then from there, you got India, you got Turkey, you got all these other places that had it before the Nicene Conference. So it was like a blueprint already. So the Europeans took a blueprint that was already in existence and then created their own story and put their own guy in there. And let me just, while I'm doing that, like Sarah, it showed you these people didn't know Medu Neter. They heard it and they imitated it, but they didn't know it. A woman who was a follower of Ra should be Sat Ra. And the male is Sarah. Sarah means the son of Ra. So these women are walking around talking about they Sarah, which is a Hebrew name now. It should be Satra instead of Sarah. Sarah is the son of Ra. But because you don't know the culture, just like Moses isn't a Kemetic name. It's part of a name. Must, to be born of. To be born of what? My first name is Jehutimus. To be born of the energy of Jehuti. So nobody had a name called Moses. That's why you can't find no Moses nowhere. No, that's not even a Kemetic name. That's part of a name. It's like in Arabic when they have somebody bin something or another, the son of. But you had to be the son of somebody. So Moses was born of somebody. So the word Mesus became Moses, and Coptic, the E became the O. Like even when we say Hotep, when you say Hotep, you're saying Coptic. When you say Hotep, now you're doing it more like the Medu Neter because there's no vowels there. And Coptic is the last version of the Medu Neter. In fact, our Medu Neter vocabulary was developed from Coptic. In fact, Champillion's best friend spoke Coptic, and that's how he was able to really do the translation. They don't tell you that. Champollion, when he cracked the code, all he could do was the alphabet. And then his best friend was like, well, you know, that sounds like this Coptic here. And so he knew Coptic, and he was able to now begin to really come in and start doing some translations. So Coptic is the last version of the Medu Neter. So a lot of people who are teaching Coptic and stuff like that, teaching Medu Neter, learn Coptic so that you can get know how some words are pronounced. The Coptic has vowels in it. So now you can speak some of these words that had no vowels in it. You can begin to use it.